where it is great to be joined now by Aisha Syed Castro, a young violinist from the Dominican Republic. Welcome to In Tune. Great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
A pleasure. You're in the UK for a couple of recitals this week. We'll talk about those in a moment. But first, I know you live in London now, but early life in the Dominican Republic. Who prompted you to take up the violin in the first place?
Well, in the Dominican Republic, we don't have that tradition of classical music, of course, but my mother had put my sister onto some violin lessons just because we didn't have a nanny to take care of us during the afternoons.
Great idea.
As a younger sister, I wanted to copy everything that my sister did, and so I bugged my mom until she put me into the violin lessons, and that's how I started. Then when I was about 8, I remember listening for the first time to the Sonatas and Partitas by Johann Sebastian Bach, and I thought to myself, there's nothing more beautiful than this. This is what I want to be playing for the rest of my life. So I had a clear idea of what I wanted to do back then.
And I know at one point you had to travel quite far. I mean, after you started having local lessons, you then went and had more formal tuition, and there was travel involved. And did it feel like when you were very young, I suppose, that you were already devoting a lot of your time to music?
Yes, in fact, I left school in my city, and I would only go about 3 to 4 times a month. But thank God I had very good grades, and it was good that the school also understood what I wanted to do. I was 7 and 8, and I
That's
convinced
very
my mom.
determined
Yes,
when you're that young.
I convinced my mom to allow me to go and live at my teacher's and his wife's and children's house in the capital, and so she did, and I would see her some weekends and some not. That's what I basically did to have lessons. And then, of course, I arrived at the Menuhin School later, which was similar in the way that I didn't have my family with me. But then again, everybody else was like that in there.
I mean, that's the thing you went to. I know you attended a symposium at Juilliard in New York. As you say, you came to the Menuhin. Did it feel very much like you were sort of far away from home, or that you were part of a more international community of musicians?
Well, I have a mom who is more like a best friend. So every single day of my life, I've spoken to my mom either by phone or by email. And wherever I've been, even to the day, I have to call her and let her know that I've arrived at the place. So I never really felt alone. Also, I'm a Christian, and for me, that side of life, which actually for me is everything pretty much, has really helped me put everything into perspective, and I use music as a channel to try and bless lives.
We're going to invite you to play something for us now. What's it going to be?
It's a lovely Dominican piece called El Primer Beso, The First Kiss by Julio Alberto Hernández, which in fact is a piece very close to my heart because it was written by a composer born in the same city as me, from the Dominican Republic, Santiago. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much. And to Aisha's mum, if you're listening, she's here at Radio 3 and the BBC is looking after her. Thank you very much. Live music in the studio from Aisha Syed Castro, and at the piano, Craig White. Thank you very much indeed to Aisha Syed, Castro and Craig White. That was Julio Alberto Hernández's El Primer Beso, the first kiss, live on In Tune. And Aisha gives a recital this Thursday at Florian Leonhard Fine Violins. Then on Friday as a charity recital at West Hill Baptist Church in Wandsworth in London. Let's start with Florian Leonhard, famous violin maker, restorer, dealer. He's pretty much one of the world's leading experts on fine violins. And he has this thing where he matches up soloists like Maxim Vengerov with the right instrument. He kind of creates these fantastic relationships between players and instruments. How did you first meet him?
Well, I first met him when I was 14. I had been at the Menion School and they organized a concert and he came and we met briefly there. Then a couple of years back, we sort of re-met. And he's such a wonderful, not only, as you said, the world leading expert in fine violins, but such a wonderful person. He has been helping me and supporting me throughout the last couple of years, as well as many other young players. And for him, it's not about the money, it's about the art, which is a great thing. So yeah, we have that recital on Thursday, the 9th. I believe I'll be playing on the Willemotte Stradivarius, which is a wonderful, extraordinary instrument. And then that charity recital at the West Hill Baptist Church in Wandsworth on the 10th.
Now tell me about that, because this is in aid of a children's hospice in the Dominican Republic. Just tell me a bit about what they do and what you're hoping to achieve.
Yes, I came across this hospice through actually my own foundation back in the Dominican Republic. It's actually got an English name, Music for Life. And with my foundation, I visit different kinds of places where people cannot access classical music, for instance, like hospices, hospitals, jails, and orphanages. So I went to give a little concert and tried to give an encouraging talk at this place, El Voluntariado Jesús con los Niños, and came across all these children. And we actually did a concert at West Hill Baptist Church a couple of years back and had given them as a donation all the money which people had given to help, and we thought it would be such a nice idea to do it again. And it's just wonderful to see those children's faces and to see that not only they have been brought music and happiness to their lives, but that actually some money that will help. Yeah.
And I know you use every ounce of virtuosity, skill and flair to be able to elicit fantastic response from audiences. You're going to do a little of that for us now. What are you going to play next?
Yes, I'm going to perform the Campanella, La Campanella by Niccolo Paganini. This is also a very piece close to my heart, because I played it at both my auditions at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama and at the Royal College of Music, where I got full scholarship by God's grace. And yeah, it accompanies me pretty much in most recitals, either as encore or as a piece. So for you, La Campanella by Paganini.
Thank you very much indeed. Live music in the In Tune studio from Aisha Syed, Castro and Craig White. Thank you very much indeed to Aisha Syed, Castro and Craig White. That was a live performance of Paganini's Campanella here on In Tune, and Aisha plays at the Florian Leonhard Fine Violins in London this Thursday. Then on Friday night she'll be giving that charity recital at West Hill Baptist Church in Wandsworth in aid of that children's hospice in the Dominican Republic. Thanks very much to both of you for coming in. You're listening to In Tune. The time now, 13 minutes to 6.